Welcome in,
Yeah.
everybody, to to another episode of Reality Break, where we like to take a break from the real world to play some Dungeons and Dragons.
Dungeons and Dragons!
Dungeons and Dragons, yes, okay.
Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, there it is. Our ASMR. Dungeons and Dragons over here.
Through jazz.
Yes. There you go. There's your jazz. No more ASMR. Anyway, we have recently been running through the Candlekeep Mysteries here, and we are quite excited to continue that journey. However, we are going to have a little bit of a snippet in between, because we are making this into a campaign full-fledged, so that we can work through this and actually level up characters like you're supposed to level up characters. And hopefully I know, right? And hopefully actually play through some sort of campaign type-ish thing and complete it? We'll see. We'll let you decide.
Is this XP or milestone?
Milestone.
Okay.
I can honestly say I've never played XP-based D&D.
Those
Same.
people that can do that is admirable. Props to
It's the
them.
same people who play like with encumbrance. Like
No.
No,
I can
weight
carry
is nothing.
anything I want. An
Okay, all
elephant going into the bag of beholding.
Check. Wait, can't the bag of holding only hold like a
it's like
certain amount?
500 pounds or
It's
something
500
like that.
pounds,
Yeah.
But, and it has no air, so
Nobody
the elephant would
ever-
die anyway. It doesn't matter.
Nobody ever plays that way though.
No, let's be honest.
And
All right.
honestly, the one campaign I am in that they are doing XP, they're also doing it with everything you do you XP from, and I don't know how they're figuring that out.
That's
So-
just basically a milestone. Let's be honest.
So wait, like you go to the bathroom, you get 3 points, like
You set up a
touchdown.
campfire, you get 25 points. You kick a goblin off a cliff, you get the experience points from
So-
killing the goblin, but also experience points from thinking outside the box.
And
So
experience
it's
for
kind of
laughing.
like inspiration, except for XP.
I guess it's interesting. I don't know how they figure it out, but cool. That's
More
a lot
power
of
to 'em.
homework.
Yeah, more power to them. I don't want to do that. They don't give you that rule set for D&D, so we're not going to do that.
Exactly.
We're not going to do that. But thank
We're
you all
not
for
gonna do
tuning in.
Yeah, no.
No, without further ado, we're going to go ahead and dive in a little bit. So, right. We took a week off and my brain
It feels so
died.
weird not doing the spiel.
I know.
We need to like record the spiel so we can.
We need to record the spiel, and we will.
The
For you all.
spiel.
For you all, we will record the spiel.
Viewers
For
like
now, yeah, for
Like
viewers
you.
like you. Don't copyright us, PBS.
That's why I said people.
Right. So, when last we left our compatriots, they were at an inn that I have forgotten the name of, but I have written down right
Rusty
here. It's the
Bucket.
Rusty Bucket. How could I forget? They are at the Rusty Bucket. They've just tucked in for the night. They've had some drinks. They are asleep and ready for the next day to head to Sheddaton to solve the mystery of the curse. Sheddaton.
No.
So, you all have a very well-deserved night's sleep, and on
Oh my god, can
the
we
verge
roleplay
of
that?
No,
good
I'm
night's sleep.
Yeah.
No, can
let's
we
just-
like transfer it
let's
to
roleplay
real life? I don't want to
man.
roleplay it. I
Yeah,
want to transfer it
that's-
to real
Yeah,
life.
can we have that IRL, please? All right. So, do we have any sort of waking order? Is there anyone who is a particularly light sleeper or an early riser?
I am. I want food.
You want food?
I'm hungry.
We can do that. All right. So, you, Wallace, make your way down to the bar downstairs. They do have a very minuscule breakfast Yes. It is pretty much just kind of a goulash type breakfast. So oats, like overnight, kind of like hot broth-ish kind of thing.
I
All of the above.
want
It's
to.
not super
I
appetizing.
want to talk. I want to talk to whoever brought this out. I want to talk to the cook. I want to talk to the bar person. I want to talk to whoever.
Okay.
I want some. I want pastry. I want a donut. You got anything sweet?
The barkeep kind of looks at you and just says, "I made the food. I'm not the cook. And I apologize, but there's a bakery down the road,
How far?
3 doors
they deliver?
down."
They deliver? I want a donut.
What is... No, they don't deliver. It's a
What did you-
bakery.
All right, I'm running to the bakery. I'm gonna bring some donuts, some pastries back. Since everybody's sleeping in, when you get down here, you tell them that Wallace went to the bakery, and we'll be back with some sweets.
You're
And then I leave.
you're buying... Wait, you're buying for everyone that's in the inn? And he like yells
No,
after
just my
you.
compa-
He doesn't know who
my
your compatriots are.
I'm going. And I leave.
Okay.
On that note.
Bye.
So Zab would have gotten up around the same time, honestly, that Wallace did.
Okay.
But instead of heading down right away, he's gonna take some time to work on his like note taking and his studies. You know, it's like, you know, some people wake up and do like, you know, 10 push-ups or 10 jumping jacks. He does 10
10
note
sentences.
transfers. 10 note transfers.
I will not talk
sentences,
back to
yeah.
the principal. I will not talk back to
Yeah.
the principal.
His name's not Bart, it's Zab.
There you go. So, Zab, as you wake up, there is a note stuck under your door. Just on the floor.
Oh.
Just like,
Here, hello. What is this? Gotta find it. So I'll wait. So I wake up and the note's already there, or I'm like
Yes.
studying and it's like slid under.
you wake up and it's already there.
Okay. All right. So I'm gonna guess it's probably gonna take me a little bit because I'm immediately like wake up and be like, great, what a wonderful day. See, there it is. And I have like the notebook next to me, and so I like start noting. So it'll probably take me a little bit, and then like once I get done, I'm like, I feel so much better. And then I get up and I'm like, oh, what's this? And then I'll walk over and pick it up.
Okay. As you
Duly
open it
noted.
up, yeah, as you open it up to read it, you do see that it's a very nice script. The handwriting is very, very legible. It is a summons back to Candlekeep. They need you to sort some things before you leave.
Just my brain instantly went, oh god, I gotta watch the sexual harassment video.
It's not training. Not training. You gotta read about your OSHA violations.
All the ladder safety.
Exactly.
Yes. Yes.
Pathogen.
Oh my god.
Yep.
Chemical
Bloodborne
spills.
pathogens.
I
Oh
work in
yeah.
a library. How can I have a chemical spill?
Ladder safety is relevant though.
Coffee.
Yes. Very.
That's actually, you joke about that. That's actually very relevant.
Very,
all right.
very.
Okay. Does it say who signed it?
It's Persephone.
Okay. All right. So I will. Oh yeah.
Stephanie.
Oh my. So I will fold it. I guess because we were leaving anyway, he would just grab all of his stuff, throw it in his satchel, and then head down, and then I would head down at that point.
Okay. Are you?
You might.
Anything?
I was gonna say you might run into Tamsin as you're like
Okay.
in the hallway because she would also be up probably
Okay.
relatively early.
Oh, pardon me, friend Thompson.
Oh, good morning.
Oh,
What
what?
are you rushing off?
Finest of mornings indeed. I have been summoned back to the Candlekeep, and I'll show her the note.
Well, are you still coming with us though, right?
Oh, absolutely. I would not leave this mission half done. But I do have an obligation to this letter first, for they are my gainful employers, and I would hate to disappoint on my second day, since I left such a good first impression on my first day.
Fair. Well, why don't you hurry up and go take care of that so we can get going? I don't want to be late getting on the road. It could be a long journey.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. And I'll scurry downstairs, and the bowl of goulash is really the only I can't grab and go something.
No.
Actually, you know what? He's so locked in, he would just fly by anyway.
And as he goes out the door, I'm coming back from the bakery.
Okay.
Okay.
And I said, Dad, what up to? I got donuts.
I'm blocked in. I probably don't even hear him.
Okay.
Well, I'm gonna grab him. I'm just gonna grab his
Throwing
shoulder
donuts.
and hand him a donut.
Oh,
And
yeah.
hand him a donut. That you shouldn't live without eating something. Here. And then I'm gonna put him back down and ask if she wants another one.
No, I'm
Another one?
no, I'm good. Thank you, Fred Wallace. That was really aggressive.
Thank you, sir. May I have another?
Please, may I have some more?
But I must not delay any further, for I have been summoned back to the Candlekeep. I shall return post haste, though. Do not worry. Do not fret. And I'll make a show of me eating it as I'm walking away to be like, look, I'm eating. Oh, sorry, Dad.
Nom nom. Okay.
Right. And then I go back in and I put the box and stuff down by the goulash and open it.
What kind of donuts did you get, Wallace? Just so I know what I'm eating.
They're mostly like the cakey kind of donut. I tried to get something with sprinkles on it or something, but it was not the best. They didn't have a lot.
Okay.
So they did have some cakey donuts.
Need to make sure I was mindful of my nut allergy, so that's why I was asking.
No nuts, just cakey donuts.
Okay, perfect.
I wanted glazed, but they didn't have any.
Okay.
Okay.
No nuts.
So then I go in and I start eating.
Okay.
No, please, you got orange juice?
He looks at you and just
Any
says,
kind of juice?
I've water.
And beer.
Coffee?
We do have coffee.
Coffee. Give me coffee with sugar.
Yes. And he
Okay.
Lovely.
Thank you.
brings it to you and says, that'll be 2 copper.
Okay. And I'll hand you 2 copper once I figure out how to do it.
Okay. We'll just make a note for later.
Tamsin will come down and be like, and say, I'll have a coffee too, and I would like some sugar and some creamer. And if you have, I'd prefer creamer or half, but if you have whole milk, that'll be just fine.
Milk.
Of course, Tamsin would have that.
Right.
Yeah. No skim milk though. That's just like colored water.
Oh my gosh. Y'all are so extra in this campaign. I don't understand. Okay. Anyway.
Do you have almond milk by any chance?
Yeah.
That kind of stuff people order when they worked at Starbucks.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like more extra than what
I had to go
Tamsin
next
has.
door. They don't make any pastries.
That's just fine.
Some donuts. But I went and got some
Thank you.
donuts.
I
Kind of amazed
appreciate
the
that. That'll go
coffee
better with the
come
coffee than whatever that porridge stuff is. That reminds me of stuff my mother used to make me eat.
Yeah, I don't know why the coffee don't come with the meal, but apparently it's top.
That's all right.
All right. So
And
Fizzle.
she'll lay down a silver for the
There
coffee.
it is.
Okay. Fizzle, Penny.
Go ahead, Penny.
Penny is still asleep. She's just knocked out from her first day adventuring and stuff.
Okay. Fizzle?
All right, especially with all the rowdiness going on downstairs, Fizzle, with how they had grown up and so forth. It's normal with all the rowdiness and so forth. But at this point, just kind of stretch, moving aside some of the coins they're laying on top of, and then just kind of roll and start scooping them back into the bag. And I'm gonna go see where everybody is.
Okay.
Penny wakes up to the sound of
I have to
coins
make my
hitting the
bed.
floor.
Yeah. Penny does what? I'm sorry?
Said Penny wakes up to the sound of coins hitting the floor.
Yeah, there you go. All right, so you all get downstairs. Everybody is gathered and having some donuts and coffee. Is everyone having
Zap.
coffee?
Coffee? Go.
Stizzle, how do you like the donuts?
What's a donut?
And I hand him a donut. That's a donut. Take a bite of that. That'll like you. Make you feel good too.
Going to take a bite and instantly, cat eyes, just fully huge and just glowing and stars above the face.
Yeah. Breakfast of champions right there.
This makes me a champion.
Absolutely.
This is excellent. I have to go use the bush. I'll be right back.
All right.
I'm literally going to go use a plant that's in the corner.
Oh God.
As you start your process, the barkeep just kind of not again.
Oh,
Hi.
Normally happens at bar close.
I know. Not bar open,
Tamsin,
yeah.
I think we got to, Tamsin, I think we got to work with, young things. Young.
I'll get there. He's still learning.
Coming back, brushing off my hands.
Hey,
Do you have another
go
donut?
could you wash your hands before you get another donut? Just there's a spigot out front, I'm sure. Pump.
No.
No. With water. Not yeah. So go wash your hands off with the pump out front.
It's like Fizzle's like
So
a step and a half above a dog.
Yes.
this is going to be a process of going and pumping it and then running around at the front to try and get it, and it's gone.
Oh my gosh. Okay. As Fizzle attempts
Do you have a
to.
donut?
What?
I asked Penny if she had a donut.
Is Penny down there
I
yet?
think the donut's there.
Yeah, no, Penny's down, but she's not paying attention. Her eyes are just glazed over, and she's just going for the coffee before anything else happens.
Okay. If you decide to have a cup of coffee, just make sure to take away 2 coppers. Also, Wallace, I'm going to charge you a silver piece for the donuts.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Um,
I knew you were going to do that. I didn't know if I had to go through the whole process.
no, you're good. All right. So while you all are having your breakfast, we're going to check in with Zab over at Candlekeep. So you have met with Persephone. She has given you a little assignment of they got a books, a collection of books that were donated in, and she just needs you to put them away quickly. It's maybe 10 books. It's not much.
Okay.
Just needs to be sorted and added into the inventory.
Okay. So I'm gonna be all right. So is it okay if I take a little bit of a liberty with this?
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm gonna be sorting them and kind of oh yes, ooh, that looks interesting, and I'm gonna be walking around, getting myself acclimated, and then, so I have this book that inspired me when I was a kid.
Okay.
So it was called what is it called? The Wondrous Tales from the Candlekeep. That's the book that originally inspired me to get into wizardry.
Mm-hmm.
Is it okay if one of those books is the sequel? A previously unpublished sequel.
Ooh, it's getting deep.
Would you be upset if I said not yet?
Because you said
Yes.
yet, no.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't
All right.
want to. I don't really want to get too far into that yet, but
Okay,
it's
sure.
definitely a possibility. So
Okay.
keep
All
that
right.
on the back burner and remind me.
All right, will do. All right, so then I will be in the process of just putting the 10 books away, and yeah.
Okay.
Um.
As you are in the middle of that, Persephone does come up to you and just starts talking about your work with the mansion and getting that helped, and how your glowing recommendations and all of this stuff from everybody, and how you are surely to be an asset to the keep and everything else. Just kind of singing your praises, but like in a very nice, subtle way.
Yeah. So he's picking up on this well enough that like warm fuzzies in his tummy pretty much the entire time, and like cloud 99 the entire time.
99.
So,
Okay.
yeah, I'm almost floating as I'm putting the books away.
There you go. There you
Oh.
go.
Yeah. So and I will say at one point to her, I will say, and I took extensive notes while I was in there of everything that I documented and all of the adventures. Would that be good for like a reference material, like source material for like future endeavors, or anybody wishes to explore the mansion in the future? Should that be something I'm transcribing? Kind of like motor mouthing at this point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Well, we could definitely look into it, but I think maybe talk to the other mages and see what they think first.
Oh, yes. That's a very good point. You need multiple perspectives on a particular adventure like this. Did you know that the word perspective? That's pretty much what I'm going to be doing at this
Okay.
point. So,
All right.
Stuff like that.
Also, Tony, I need you to check your DMs.
Okay. Again?
Oh, no. Okay. I
Okay.
didn't know if you had or not. Okay.
I did.
Okay.
That's why I responded.
Just making
slide
sure.
in your
Okay,
DMs.
Yes.
I didn't
Okay, what's a DM?
direct
Deep
message.
Devin, she's a DM.
Yeah, she said check your DM. If she said
Direct
check my
message.
DM, I would go like, whoa, where do I go to do that?
No, direct message.
Direct message. On
Okay,
Discord.
well, don't do that to me, don't ever do that to me, because I don't know how to get there.
I'll do it days prior so that we can walk through it.
Yes.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm just warning you. I would turn me off, and it would take me an hour to get home.
Yep.
Don't worry, Vicky. I got you.
Yep.
Okay.
All right.
So, Cloud9 hovering, motor mouthing while I put these 10 books away.
Okay. So she walks away, leaves you to the rest of it. She does tell you that you can leave to be on your way to helping the town once you are finished.
Oh. Okay. And I thank for that. No, one other thing. Before you go, at what point will I be getting the official written offer?
Oh, there's no need for that. And she just walks away.
Well, my father was always a practical man, and he said never accept a job until you get it in writing. But this is my dream job, so it'll be fine. And I'll keep going.
Okay. All right.
You're the only one without a 401k.
Right.
Yeah.
Your
What
retirement
about
plan?
vacation time? I don't know. Vacation time, sick leave.
Yeah, you didn't
if
want
they
medical,
would-
right?
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
All right.
You're
So
part of-
A goddamn cost of
volunteer
living
service.
adjustment.
okay. So it shouldn't take you too long to finish this process. Are you just heading directly back to the inn? The Rusty Bucket?
I think we're gonna take a few minutes to just like because I didn't get a really chance to do it yesterday. I'm gonna take like 5 minutes, 5-10 minutes, just like soak it in. Like I'm here, and
Okay.
like kind of leaf through it, like grab a book that's like on the table and like leaf through it, like leaf through the book while also being like, I'm here, I've done it. And heck, I probably would be like so like, I'm here, I've done it with this like book in my hand that I probably would have like snapped out of it and then like realized I needed to go somewhere with the book still in my hand, knowing me.
Okay.
A whole Disney sing-along, like 5-minute song time.
Part
of
of my world.
Yeah, I want to
There you
be where the readers are.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. So you leave with this book accidentally?
Yeah.
All right.
I mean, probably just because I'm completely space cadetting, because I'm like jumping from like I have my dream job to like, oh crap, I'm supposed to be helping my new friends,
Right.
and I didn't even think to like put it down or anything, honestly.
Okay.
So
Well, luckily for you, there are no security beeper things at the doors. So
or unluckily,
yeah, well, either way. Okay, so you make your way back to the Rusty Bucket to meet with everyone else. Are you all pretty content with your morning? You ready to go? I would say at this point it's
finally managed to
roughly
wash.
9 a.m.
I finally managed to wash my hands and have another donut.
Yes. Good. Good.
good job, bud.
Yes, Wallace?
The donuts are gone. I'm ready to hit the road. Does anyone know where Zeb went? He went out of here like his butt was on fire.
Oh, he had to go back to Candlekeep. They had some things for him to do before he headed out. He said he'd be back
Oh.
soon, so.
Okay.
Okay, we tend to
Should we
use
go
wet
get some
moss
more
for that.
donuts in case he comes?
Nah, I think we'll be all right. We can grab something on the road.
All right. I'm just worried. He went out of here. He didn't have any breakfast. He just left.
Didn't you shove a donut in his mouth?
I had to pick him up to stop him, and I give him a donut.
I think he'll be fine.
I feel like that's bullying.
All right. He is little.
Borderline.
He's
Bit
little. Maybe
aggressive.
maybe the donut was enough.
Wallace is
I worry
aggressive
about
love.
that.
Yeah,
I worry about that boy.
I'm older than you.
Smaller.
I'm like twice
Anything
your age.
small is a boy. Anything
Okay.
small is a boy.
That's
Fair enough.
Okay. All right. So you all set off.
Leave me alone.
You all set off towards Shetiton. Shetiton. Do 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 do. Yep.
So
did you
us
want?
now?
Yes, Zab is back at the inn, and you all have finished your meal and you're ready to go, I assume?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah.
All right.
Jeb, what you reading? Got a book? What you reading?
What?
The book.
Oh!
What you reading?
What did I grab?
It is, dang it, I didn't write it down. Hang on. I should have written it
Sorry.
down. I wasn't anticipating anybody asking, but I should always prepare.
I mean, I'm literally
it is-
holding it. I probably should.
Yeah, it is Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions.
Have I heard of that book before?
You have not.
You mind spelling that out for me?
Mazfroth''S. Mazfroth's. And then Mighty. I assume you know how to spell that.
I got that one.
Okay, Digressions. Digressions. And I could possibly be saying that wrong. Digressions?
Digressions, yeah.
Digressions?
But I digress. But I Neil
digress. Neil deGrasse?
Neil deGrasse
Yes.
Tyson.
Yeah. Degrassi?
All right, so I read. I grab it. I'm like, I must have, in all of my and I'm guessing we're like walking, like while we're doing, like we're having this conversation. Okay, all right. Like, I guess in all of my excitement for my second day, second day, that I must have taken this book in error. I will be back. I'll be able to return this like next day. So I think we'll be okay. And I feel like as an employee, I have certain privileges, one might
Liberties.
say. Liberties, that's a good one. Too.
Liberty?
with stuff
No?
Hmm.
That
No.
was the password to get out of the
Um,
mansion.
Yeah.
I forgot.
Oh,
Yeah. I got
too.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the big yeah.
Damn it.
All right,
Right?
so yeah, so
Okay.
I must have forgot there was in my hand, but it'll be fine. I'll be fine. But now that I'm like, never actually heard of this book before, I am gonna take the time to like read and walk. So
Okay.
I thought maybe you found a book that was going to help us.
it's my
Just Tamsin? Just Tamsin? What's a book in error? I've heard of a book. I've seen books, but I don't know what a book in error is.
Oh, it's actually 2 words. He said he took a book in error, like by accident.
Oh. Oh, okay. It's not a book in error. Okay, thank you.
No, it's not a new thing.
Okay.
you take a book and you throw it.
Yeah.
It's a
No,
book in
don't
error.
throw books.
No,
I
that's
mean,
a, that's a
just-
that's a book and yeet.
Book and yeet.
Book and yeet.
Hey,
Book.
Christy knows what yeet means.
I do know
Christy
what
does
it
know
means.
what yeet means.
You guys will never let me forget.
Ever.
It's a very plain joke. Let's be honest.
Shut up.
Okay. How long does this walk take us?
So it is not as far as the seaport village where you began your journey together. It is much shorter. It is maybe a 4-hour walk total to get to Shediton.
Okay, and what do we see?
A village
walk.
that is starved.
No, as we're walking, are we seeing
Oh.
woods and trees and flowers and stuff? And then as we
Oh,
get
my.
closer to the village, is it crap? I mean, what? Explain my journey.
Well, give me a minute. Okay, so as you are journeying, there's not much traffic on the road, but again, it is very early in the morning. Most vendors have already made their way to villages to go ahead and get set up. There are a few passersby, but you don't see much traction as far as real like movement going on, just a few people meandering like you all are. Are you all wanting to see any of the branches in the path, or are you just going straight towards Shediton?
Be going straight there.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So
Who's gonna direct me as I'm walking off the path while reading?
I'll grab you by the
Keep your
shoulder,
hand on you.
move you.
Oh, okay.
We'll bump in between the two of us.
Yeah.
That's so
It's
funny.
time
Sorry.
to
It's like
Fizzle
bumper
and
cars.
Fizzle will follow Tamsin around, so it'll be fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm flying above.
There you go. Yeah, there's a nice good breeze for Fizzle to spread his wings on. So as you all take the last fork that says, there's a sign that says Shetiton and it's pointing that way. So as you take the fork, everything seems fine. Nothing really out of order. There is zero traffic on this road, however. Like, you can tell it hasn't really been traveled. There's not any, like, newer tire marks or from the wagon wheels or anything along those lines. There's no, like, foot marks, animal, anything along those lines. It seems very barren. The grass around seems okay. Like, there's nothing that seems very dead from the start. But as you venture forward, you can see the town on the horizon, and as you get closer to the village, things start to take a turn, but it's very gradual. So, like, as you're going, the grass goes from, like, a nice lush green to, like, fading into, like, a brown, dry grass the bushes. It almost looks like a seasonal change almost, but the temperature doesn't change at all. But it literally looks like you're going from spring, like late spring, to midwinter, where everything is just dead and dried up. Nothing has really got any life in it. You do see some
Cursed.
people, yeah. You do see some people in fields trying to do what they can. There is a nearby riverbed that you see running along the road, probably about 20 feet from the road, but it is dried up. There's nothing left in it, not even dead fish. All of the fish have been eaten at this point to get sustenance to the people. And then you see someone running towards you on the path. And we are going to go ahead and take a break there.
Mm.
Dun dun dun.
Dun dun dun! Person running.
Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good little break. We left our compatriots very confused entering a new town of Shetterton. And everything around them is dying, and there is someone running up to them that they see a familiar face as he grows closer. And it is none other than Rick Anger.
With his eye patch.
Yeah. No, actually, he has a bug eye.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
right, because it's opposite.
Right.
God.
So he's got one big eye. Yeah. And one normal eye. So
Okay.
he is running up to you, and as you get closer to each other, you can finally hear him start kind of saying, "I thank God, I've got to stop running. Oh my God, thank you so much for coming."
Are you all right, sir?
I'm out. Give me just one moment, please.
Take any, and Tamsin will hand her water skin over.
Well, actually, yes.
Okay.
And
yeah,
and
yeah,
he
here you go.
takes it and he guzzles it a little too much and then realizes that, I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. But thank you so much.
All right.
That truly hit the spot. I don't remember the last time I had water. It's been a day or two. But thank you. I had to come running as soon as I saw you all. I'm coming. Thank you. Did you have any luck? Did you find Matrius?
Well, that was its own adventure, let me tell you. We did find Matrius and helped him out of a tight spot, literally.
Oh.
And he gave us some books that we think might help.
Oh, very good. Do you care if I look at the books?
I don't. Sure. I think Zeb, don't you have them? Didn't we give the books to you?
Hmm?
Zeb, the books
Oh,
that Matrius
oh.
gave us. Yes.
Yes, sorry. I was just
Books.
reading this
Yeah.
Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions. It's a fascinating read. I must say, it's a fascinating read. But
Oh.
yes,
It wasn't one of the books, I don't believe.
yes.
But
So he's gonna put that back in his satchel, kind of leaf through his satchel, and then start handing the books to Rick Anger. And here they are.
Thank you. Well, as we and he just kind of takes them all in his stride. Would you like to come to my house and we can look these over?
Oh, absolutely. Lead
Oh,
the way.
yeah, maybe there's something we can do to help.
Oh, very good. Thank you so much. I'm sure everyone will be much appreciative. And so he leads the way back into the village, and again, it just gets worse as you all go. There's clearly not been rain for at least 2 weeks. It's not quite to the point of fire, but you can tell some things have burned just from being dried up in the weather. But it's not expansive. You do see a few townfolk on your way, and as you walk in to town with Rick, he kind of bolsters up his chest a little bit and walks a little bit taller, and he goes, "These are the people that I told you all about. I'm so excited. I've brought them here to save the day. I know I wasn't able to do much, but I'm able to do this." And he, just high and mighty, not hoity-toity, but at least like I've done something, kind of attitude. As he goes through, and the general consensus that you get from everyone's expression is kind of an eye roll and and they just kind of go back to their work and what they're doing.
Is it an eye roll of, oh, this again, or is it an eye roll of, oh yeah, sure? You know what I mean?
More so an eye roll of, oh, this again.
Okay.
Yeah. So he leads you to a very humble little house. It's 2 rooms max. There's a little kitchen area and then a bedroom in the back. Kitchen living area and then a bedroom in the back, sorry. And so you get into his house. There's a little table. There's not even enough room for everyone to sit. There are 2 chairs at the table. So you can either take up in the living room on the very small love seat or at the table, or you can sit on the floor. He welcomes you to do anything.
Zab would immediately head for the dining room table and start leafing through books.
Okay.
And while doing that, he would ask, Mr. Anger, if you would.
Yeah.
One thing I found when doing research on trying to solve a problem is to eliminate what solutions you've already attempted. What measures have you taken so far to try to rid the town of this curse, so that we may eliminate those as potential, options?
Well,
Narrow our focus, if you would.
I've tried counter spells, but nothing seems to work. I've tried so much to counter this curse, and it's simply a drought. I'm sure of it, but nothing in my power will work.
And you've not identified the source as of yet?
I have not. I don't know if it was a passers-by, like a prank, or something along those lines. I don't know, but I feel it in my bones, and as a mage, I feel I am right.
And I'll pat him on the elbow, because I'm guessing he's
He's a human.
Yeah,
He's
he's human.
human,
So
yeah.
pat him on the elbow and be like, as a fellow user of the magic arts and mystic arts, we will find this solution together.
Oh, yes, thank you again. I really truly am grateful. You all
And I'll give him
already a help.
And I already give him a reassuring pat, and then head back and start reading through the books
Okay.
on the dining room table.
All right.
Is there, Mr. Anger, is there a place where it seemed to start?
Well, I wasn't able to identify because it kind of crept up on us. I mean, we do have dry spells this time of year, but it's been so long that it's really it's not normal for things like this to go on this long. So I'm not 100% sure exactly where it started. No.
Was not one area that was affected first?
I don't know. It was just it's sort
Was
of.
it in the river?
I know
Was
the
it in the
river
wood?
dried up last. It was the town and the crops that were affected first. But again, there was no centralized sort of location. It was just kind of all encompassing the town.
Any
As
particular person's farm affected first? Any
I
particular farmer?
no, again, all of the crops have died. It's the land itself is being affected. It's not been a spread of anything. It's all happened at once. As you all are
You
having
said
this, I'm sorry.
And you said the streams dried up first?
No, the river dried up last because it does flow. So physics did help us in that.
Doesn't make sense.
Actually, it does.
When was the last time you had rain?
It was at least a month. At least. But I've never seen anything this drastic. It's like water hasn't passed through here, even in the form of dew in the morning. We've got nothing. There is no water whatsoever.
DM,
Yes?
as we were walking from uh, the village or the town to here, did were there clouds in the sky, and did there then the sky was more clear as we got closer to the village? Was there anything atmospheric that we noticed a difference to as we were walking towards the town?
Not drastic enough to really note. Like, there were still clouds in the sky, but clearly not rain clouds. It's just a normal sunny day.
All right, what about, excuse me. Well, the river. We passed the river as we got close to the town. Did we follow the river at all before we got close to the town, or was no river close to the town where it would have come in? It was dry.
Uh,
Did we notice any difference in that?
so the river itself kind of it has a bend in it before it meets up with the road where you would have seen, but every portion
Okay.
that you would have seen was dried up.
Okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Sorry.
You're good. As you all are having this conversation, Penny, where are you?
And Penny's just kind of looking around, and she's like, wow, this town really lives up to its name. She doesn't say that out loud. That's in her head.
Okay. As you are looking around, you do see someone outside the window behind the couch that is kind of doing one of these, like, subtly, like a motioning to come outside.
Who sees that? Just Penny?
Just Penny.
She's gonna grab Zab and point towards the window. See if
Huh?
he sees.
Brent's interrupting his book reading.
Huh?
Do you see that person outside?
Yes. And I'll go back reading.
Solid.
Oh, wait, do I see them doing the motioning thing, or are they just standing there?
They're just standing there when you look.
Okay, yep, so I will wave and then just go back reading.
Okay. So they
Okay.
once Zab goes back to reading, they continue motioning.
So Penny's just gonna outright say, "Hey, there's someone trying to get me to come outside." Just out the window.
At that point, Rick looks around to see who it is, and he goes, "Oh, yes, that's my neighbor. Maybe they want to talk to you about something. Let me go see." He sticks his head out the door and just, "Hello, is there something that you need?" And here's where the DM gets to talk with themselves. I'm just gonna.
Anyone else want to join the people who talk to themselves club?
Right. Hey. Exactly. Elamanda, is there something that you need? And they kind of go back and forth for a second. You don't really hear exactly what's.
Oh, boo.
Hey, listen.
Boo.
It's my party, and I'll cry if I
cry.
want to.
I mean, you would cry too if it happened to you.
Yeah, that's true. Spit take for Bill. So they go back and forth. It doesn't seem like an angry or a rushed conversation, just conversing. Rick looks back and just says, she would like to talk to Penny.
Okay.
Okay. Penny's just gonna walk outside.
Okay.
Good luck.
Rick goes back inside and bids you like a have fun. As you get outside, do you say anything to her or?
Yeah, she's just gonna say hi. I'm Penny. What'd you need?
Hi. I think there's something that you need to know about Rick.
Oh God.
He claims to be a mage, but possesses no magical abilities. At least not of note. He has tried fixing the town, but there is nothing happening. There has never been anything to happen. As you can see, he lives very humbly, unlike a regular mage would. But he doesn't really have much going for him other than a sparkling personality and very good goulash. He does actually have really, really good goulash. But I wouldn't let him. Are you magical in any way?
No.
Okay. I wouldn't let him, if you can, try any spells. Because in the past they've not ended well. So just take that with what you can. And I'm sorry for all the secrecy, but he doesn't take kindly to people telling him that he's not a real mage. So we just kind of accept it and go with it. So again, do with that what you will, but if anyone in your party does actually have innate magical abilities. Music teacher.
No innate musical abilities here.
No bards. What kind of a party is this? If they
Very
do
boring
have
one.
Whoops, all
any
bards.
magical abilities, if you could please get them to help without Rick doing anything, that would be a wonderful help, because everyone who has come to help us in the past has let Rick do the talking, and it's not, again, ended very well. So if we could, please, if anyone is magical at all, or just knows where we could find water to get to the crops, it would be a big help. But please don't let Rick do anything.
As
No,
that's
we-
going
we got
on, Zab is like,
he has
sorry.
some sort of magic, I think. So
And
do you
some
want me to grab
sort of
him,
magic
talk
would
to
be
him, or...
would be better. No, I don't need to talk to them. If you could just pass on the information, but I just please don't let him do any sort of magical anything, or really let him near anything magical. If you have any sort of objects that are remotely magic, don't let him near them. It will be better in the long run. We are suffering enough as it is.
I will make note of that and speak to Zab and go from there.
Perfect. Whatever you need to do, just take this information with what you will, and I really hope that something can come of it. But I will leave you at that. And she walks away.
And
As
just
Penny
walks
walks back in, Zab's like, Mr. Anger, did you try this incantation by any chance?
How about we, Zab? I need to hold that for later. I need to talk to you, actually, Zab, for
Oh,
a second.
okay, so he'll like kind of crawl down the chair and be like, Mr. Anger, I left off on page 37, so just keep reading and making notes from there. And I'll walk over, to Penny. But yes, friend Penny. What's up?
So his neighbors are not very fond of the idea of him using magic of any sort. They're saying that he does not have any sort of magical ability, or at least has very minimal, and that allowing him to attempt magic would be a disaster.
I'm shocked. They really said that?
Yeah, I mean, they were very adamant that that man should not have anything to do with anything magical, not even magical object.
Um, what's Rick doing right now?
He's just looking through the books that you had handed him earlier and trying to see if there's anything, really just skimming to see, if there's anything in there.
Hmm.
Maybe like taking some notes on a piece of paper next to it and continues going.
Well, that's a pretty on the one hand, that's a pretty strong accusation, considering that, he's done nothing but try to help out this town. But on the other hand, if they've been suffering for this long, ah, I know. I've got a thing that I think might help with us. But thank you for bringing. I would like take Penny's hand. But thank you for bringing this up. We will get to the bottom of this one way or another. But thank you, friend Penny, for bringing this to my attention.
Yeah, just take the lead with anything magical. Just make sure you take the lead.
That's fair. And then like as he turns, when he turns to like walk back to the table, when he hears Penny say that, he like gets a little bit of like flashback to his mom, like as he was leaving, be like, just take the lead, honey. Just take your life.
Take it. You can
And
do
get all souped up, and he's like, so he like flashes back for like a second. And then so he's gonna walk over it and be like, Mr. Anger, how's the note taking? Did you find anything yet so far?
I haven't found anything about droughts, but I'm wondering if there could be a spell to maybe bring water back. If we could find something along those lines, maybe that would sort of negate the drought. I don't really know. I'm not a very logical person, I will admit, and a bit scattered at times. But I've really tried everything that I can, all the spells, and he opens a book and starts pointing at spells that he's tried.
Is it like that? Is the spells he's pointing at? Am I like, yeah? Why would you try that?
Some of them, yes, but some of them there is some logic in.
Okay.
But you don't really understand. There's one specifically about like water negation that you understand, but it's in Gnomish. Yeah, so it kind of clicks for you that it's written in Gnomish. And maybe that has something to do with it.
And I'm gonna like point out like some of these spells and be like, curious. Did you know who did you study under for your magical studies? Where did you study?
Well, I'm very. I want to study more than I have, but there was a man who came to the town when I was quite young, and he was able to teach me a few things here and there. He was a gnome, and I know gnomish as well, because he taught me. And I'm almost as good at gnomish as I am at spells. I will give you that.
I'm gonna like hold up the one spell that like you were just talking about. Like, what does the spell say?
Oh, it's for bringing water. See, that word there is water, and the other is bringing.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. You're quite young. Maybe you don't understand.
The rest of the party is gonna see a pause and like a little tick that they've not seen yet.
Did you just tell the gnome that he doesn't know how to speak or read gnomish?
No, it's fine.
Are you sure? Because
No.
that was, I thought, pretty rude.
Not
And
at
I
all.
was taught never to allow rudeness to stand and to always point it out.
Not that he doesn't understand Gnomish, it's just that he's young. He may not be as versed as someone my age would be.
He's literally a gnome.
No. What age is that, pray tell?
Me? You're asking
Yes.
me? Oh, you.
Yes.
I don't know how old you are, but I myself am 52 years old.
I'm 35. And
Yes,
I've been studying magic for the last 25 years.
I've been
Ever since
studying.
I was a wee lad. Just humor me, Mr. Anger.
He seems a little flustered at this point.
Yeah, he's not the only one. Could you do me a favor and read out this spell for me, just to make sure I hear your pronunciation? Because there's different dialects of Gnomish. Not a lot of people know this, that there's different dialects of Gnomish. So I want to hear what kind of dialect this teacher spoke with that taught you. And I'm literally just going to eyeball him.
Yes, of course.
Wallace is going to just kind of cross his arms,
Okay.
step back a little, and watch it happen.
Okay. As he begins to read, you realize that he is not even speaking any sort of language. It is complete gibberish. Everything is made up. It sort of sounds like words. You're not sure what language, but it's none that you know, and you know quite a few. And he finishes up, and his chest is out, and and what do you think of that?
Let me tell you a story. My father one time, lovely man, beautiful man, good man, has a penchant for getting into the ale and having a little too much fun from time to time, as we all do. And I'm gonna slap him on the elbow.
Yes.
As we all do from time to time. One time when I was in my teens, after studying magic for 10 years about at this point, he got pretty drunk one night. I think in his drunken stupor, he spoke about the same amount of words and the same amount of gibberish as you just said.
Well, I didn't speak any sort of gibberish. That was Gnomish.
I would like to give him I would like to roll a persuasion check.
Okay.
To give him it's okay to not know what you're doing.
Ooh. Okay. Go.
And here's how I want to frame it. I want to frame it as, so I want to sit him down and say, one thing that I've learned, and I know I'm not as old or seasoned as you, one thing that I took a lot of pride in is, knowing that I still had a lot to learn. There was a quote that I read a long, long time ago that said, true knowledge is to know the extent of one's own ignorance. And how I interpreted that was that it's okay to not know something. There's certain things you can fake your way through. You could fake your way through a battle. You could fake your way through a song. You could fake your way through a poem.
Or being a dragon.
Yes, friend Fizzle. But I'm like dead eye lock him. You cannot fake your way through the mystic arts. It is ancient. It is comes from a source that we still this day do not understand, and we've been studying it for thousands of years. So it's okay to admit shortcomings because that is how you learn. You know, when you look at yourself and you say, "This is something I do not know," it gives you the motivation to study it to become that person that knows something. So, Mr. Anger, when I say that you did not speak any kind of intelligible language, let alone gnomish just now, I'm saying that from the place of it's okay that you don't know it, and we can learn it. I can help you teach it after we help save the village. And maybe we can learn something from each other along the way. So that's how I want to frame
All right, roll.
it. Jesus, man. I didn't test any of my dice beforehand. Crap.
Oh no!
All right.
I
going
tested
in.
mine.
Did you get that quote? Did you get that quote? That was pretty good. What he said.
I did not write it all
Did you
down.
write that down?
It's okay.
No,
We have
I'm
it
not that
recorded.
good. I don't type that fast. I wrote down, Zab tries to persuade Rick that it's okay to not know something. That's what I wrote down.
That's fine.
Fizzle's
I
over
just
there.
like that.
That's
I
pretty
just
deep, man.
loved the thing that he did was
Well, thank you.
that initial phrasing was it was perfect.
Something I tell myself every day. All right, come on.
So I want to give him advantage. That was brilliant. Can I give him advantage?
No.
Because I was impressed. I'm not real
Not how
great,
that
but
works.
I impressed with that.
Not how that works.
Regrettably, that's not how
You
health
are,
works. Okay.
you are already persuaded. His persuasion roll, whatever it is, worked on you.
Yeah. So you're persuaded
All right.
that it's okay to
what-
be wrong.
And my persuasion is +0, so this
Love
is like
it.
I got no help on this at all. This is all me.
I was trying to think of a way to help you, but I'm like, I don't.
Yeah.
I'm
I
giving
don't
you
think
help
I
by being
have
a dragon.
Do I
Alright.
want to be a kind and benevolent god?
No, you don't have to be. It's fine. Like I know you have been plenty of times. It's perfectly fine if you're not this time.
Just roll.
Come on. Come on.
Blow on it.
I'll take a 17
Hey,
Okay.
Nice.
+0 for 17.
As you are giving this speech, Rick relaxes a little bit and kind of quizzically just looks at you and just takes it in. And he just no one's ever told me that before.
And I want to tell you that me telling you this is not a bad thing. It's a learning opportunity. And something I've also learned is learning does not stop at any age or life situation. Every day is a day to learn something.
Did I do it? Was this drought my doing?
Oh god. Oh god.
Well, that depends. Were you messing around with magic before you tried helping the town?
Well, I've been messing around, as you say, with magic for 30-odd years. But I don't think I've ever created anything like this. I have had minor mishaps, but I've been able to correct them to an extent.
well, I don't think it matters exactly how it started. I think that it's important that we figure out how to fix it now. Doesn't matter if it was you or something else. I think Zab can help us fix it. I don't know how much help the rest of us can be. I can maybe tell if there's some fiendish activity that's contributing to it. That's about it. but it's not important how it started at this point. It's just a matter of getting it fixed.
Right.
And you came to find help for your village. So it doesn't matter. You're trying to fix it. However it started, you're trying to fix it. And that's what's important. And that's what will be important to people in this village.
If it was my doing, can we not tell them that it was if we do get it fixed?
Don't worry, my friend. We will fix the
Just-
problem, and
Let's
that
just get
will
it
be
fixed.
everything that people remember, and that'll be all that people will
Need to
be
know.
remembering. Need to know. Thank you. Yes.
Right. Well, I'll help it in any way that I can. And he just starts going to work. He starts making piles of books and says, I've looked through these and I've found the word water multiple times, and he's just giving direct eye contact to Zab at this point.
Oh yeah.
I've found the word water as many times as I can, and in as many languages as I know a basic understanding of. But I've looked through all of these. So if you want to look through these, and he grabs another stack and says, and if you would like to look through these, and hands them to Tamsin, and if you would like
Take
to
any
look through
that are in
these,
Draconic or Elvish. I can't really speak in any others, but
Oh, no,
Draconic and
perfect.
Elvish I got.
Perfect. And he, just starts handing out books pertaining to languages that you guys know. And you all just kind of hunker down and read through all of these books looking for some sort of like water restoration counter spell or spell.
I do, in all the hubbub, I do also take out Mazfroth's Mighty Digressions and
Okay.
leaf through, like, actually I start with that. So I take the books that he gave me, I put them on the table, and then I take out Mazfroth's book and start actually checking that first. Because I was like doing some light reading with it on the walk over, but now I'm like hammering first for anything.
You're not
there.
going to check the
And then-
ones that Matrius gave you?
Yeah.
Well, I assume that I got this one for a reason.
Uh-huh.
But if
It's to start the next
um,
part of the campaign.
oh, cool. All right. So then retcon, never mind. I don't do that.
Let's start with the ones that Matrius gave us.
All right. Yeah. So retcon, dive right in.
Okay.
And is he did give the correct, like, the gnomish word for water. He was right about that. Correct?
Yes, he clearly
Okay.
has a basic understanding of a lot of languages, but it's like, I did Duolingo for a week and I know how to say I would like bread, kind of understanding. Like, he knows like words, but not like sentence structure, or grammar, or anything along
Especially for,
those
like,
lines.
spell
Not
books.
specialized
Especially for spell
word.
books.
Right,
Yeah.
like restoration or anything along those lines. Like, clearly he doesn't know, but like water, food, things, basic needs, toilet,
Sure.
things like that he knows.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
yeah. So, like,
So
he
then
was
we
clearly
hunker down.
right when he said this stack is elfish and has water and, so on and so forth.
Right.
Like, he does actually have that, but not necessarily any deeper understanding.
Gotcha. All right. So then I guess we hunker down with whoever's got their respective books
Okay.
and start reading.
Yeah, are we rolling for something?
Roll, just everybody, can you please roll a... Let's go perception.
Perception.
Oh, a +0 for me.
Yay, +0. 7.
14.
18.
18?
Nice.
Wallace?
Penny?
19.
Wallace is
19.
18.
Okay.
8. I was so inspired by my own speech that I did not full on paying attention.
Nothing else. He says, oh yes, books. Okay. So as
No,
you...
he just gets distracted by reading every word instead of just looking for the water, like
Yeah,
the
that's
relevant
it.
ones.
That's it.
Speaking as someone who has definitely done that before.
100%. Okay, so as you are all looking through these, you do find a few in Orcish and in Elvish that are promising. Wallace, if you would hand yours over, there is one that Penny finds in common that is borderline, but not quite like. You're not sure if this would actually like bring water or if it's just like I can conjure a glass of water. You're not sure exactly which one it is, if it's a bigger scale or a smaller scale.
Conjured
Well,
Kyle.
Uh-huh.
All right. Well, I would
Okay.
think. Go
You
ahead,
said
Walt.
I read the one in Orcish. Does anyone else read Orcish, or do I have to say?
I don't believe anyone else
I
reads
found-
Orcish.
Okay. Zeb, I found this. It's got something. Maybe.
Got one in
Promise.
Elvish that looks like it might be relevant.
Okay. Penny, any luck?
I mean, I found something with water in it. I just don't know if it's like I can make water, like make a puddle or something, or if it's like actually can like make a lake. Or
At that,
it's not very clear to me.
At that, Rick looks at it and says, "No, that one is actually very helpful. That is how I've been able to help the city stay afloat so far. I can conjure small glasses of water so that everyone doesn't die of, the drought. But it's fine. But that's all I've been able to do. Maybe you, Zab, could get it to work on a grander scale, but I've not been able to work anything more than a glass of water so far.
No,
Well, at the very
that's
least, we have 2 people who can conjure water, so we can make more for
That is
people.
true. That is true. Not completely useless. Not today.
never said you were, my friend. And I do give him a
know.
reassuring pat on the elbow. So I will reading through. We'll start with Penny's one because we know that is a guaranteed. Like I can make water. Does it give Does it give? Can I figure out a way to amplify it?
Not at
Cast it
level
at level 3.
1.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay,
not
so
at
then
not at
let
level
me...
1.
Okay. Well, what I would say is, let's, friend Rick. When was the last time that people got their rounds of water for the day or whatever using the common spell?
It was just before you all arrived, actually.
Okay. Well, I would say let us head to the river. We will give the Orcish spell and the Elvish spell a try. And then if those do not work to create the large scale that we're looking for, we will revisit the common spell and may be able to get some help from an even more powerful knowledgeable source than yourself or myself. So
By all means.
yes, so let's
So
try that.
Do I write out, translate the Orcish thing and give it to him? What do I do with it? If he can't read it, I must have to translate it, right?
Yeah,
And
you
then-
can just read it out loud. That's fine. All right, so you all make your way to the river?
Sure.
Okay. So you arrive at the river. Again, as described earlier, it is barren. It's not been too long since it completely dried out is a bit much. There is still a little bit of like mud and murkiness down at the bottom, but it's not anything that's drinkable or workable.
Sure. All right. So I just turn to, we'll start with Wallace. So we'll turn to Wallace and be like, all right, go ahead, read the spell. and give like a very basic, like say it, like give this stance, say it with like this kind of inflection and stuff like that. Just basically like
These
spellcasting
hand
101.
motions.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
spellcasting 101.
Yep.
Hadouken!
Yes, there you
Pretty
go.
much.
So, Wallace, you follow his instructions, and as you do it, you say what the book says. And as you do, a trickle starts to flow down the river, but it's more like a creek at this point, not necessarily a river that is 6 foot wide.
Progress. Progress. All right. Now we need to find a way to see if we can ramp this up a bit. And I'm gonna give Wallace a reassuring pat. Well done, friend Wallace. Well done. You're an
Wallace
excellent
is
Didn't know I
student.
could
magic.
do. Didn't know I could do magic.
You know what? You know what? Today you learned something. And I'm gonna give like turn to Rick and go,
He gives a thumbs up back.
The more you know.
exactly. And then I'm gonna, you know what? You know what? I'm gonna call Tamsin over and be like, Tamsin, take the Elvish spell, and we're gonna see if we can combine the Elvish with the Orcish spell. Which funny story
You
about
don't
nope.
read Elvish? I
No,
thought you
I
would have
do.
read. It's like one of the most common, like.
It is, but
Even I
today
know
is
Elvish, and I've
but
lived
to-
at home my whole life.
today is a day of learning. So
All right.
I'm gonna say the spell how you would. Do this hand motion. Say it with this inflection. Say it from the back of your tail.
That's kind of rude, actually.
Oh my gosh, I apologies. Making a mental note.
How about if I say it from the diaphragm? That's
There
probably a
you
little
go.
bit.
Lovely,
Okay.
lovely. Making
All
a
right.
mental note.
I learned all about projection in my studies.
And I learned about prestidigitation.
Ha 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 ha.
That's similar. Did you know that prestidigitation is from the projection school of magic?
I'm just gonna
Very
start.
Okay,
while
all right.
he's
Yes.
talking.
Sorry.
Okay. As you go about doing the exact same thing, the water continues, but it doesn't really necessarily get heavier in flow or anything along those lines. You realize though that the spells are very similar in like rhythm, and so it may actually just be the same spell in 2 different languages.
Got it.
Okay. Should have figured that out. Okay, so we've got a good start here, but how do we get it to like?
Maybe
we
if
get
a magician reads it instead of a mage reads it.
Yeah, I'm just gonna hand him the Elvish version.
All right,
Yeah, I'm
absolutely.
gonna hand him the orcish.
Okay.
I
So, like, a
don't
third
know
by
about
side.
water, but I do know about projection and cast a fireball.
Perfect.
You burned down the entire forest because there is a drought.
Oh god.
Yeah.
I,
Oh no!
I am casting it
Entire
upwards.
village gone.
Puzzle, stop,
Problem
stop.
solved. Village can't have a drought if there's no village.
Oh God.
No, the part of the issue is not necessarily that it's who's reading it. It's just the fact that these are the same kind of spells. What we have to do now is find an incantation that may duplicate or double or increase the effectiveness of that spell, which is where we may need to send for some help.
What
Can
kind
we
of
look
help
through those books
do you need?
that Matrius gave? Have we looked through those yet?
Yeah. Let me can I skim through them one more time to find anything that can like amplify a spell's effectiveness or anything like that?
Yes.
Okay. So one more perception, investigation.
Let's do an investigation for this one.
Okay. All right. Not much better. 10.
Okay.
That was annoying.
Do what?
I said that was annoying.
You do see a few spells on like kind of a copy paste deal where like if you have one thing it will just duplicate the exact same thing, but not necessarily anything on like amplification of anything along those lines.
Can I try the copy paste thing?
You can.
Okay. I find I find the first spell that's like the copy paste. So then I say the elvish flowing water incantation with the copy paste incantation following it.
Okay. As you do, the water does seem to trickle a little bit faster and a little bit faster, and then eventually it does start like actually flowing. Like there is murky water coming down that's been going over rocks and everything. It's not very clear water. It's not, again, not quite a full river, but there is water flowing consistently.
Okay. So would you say it's enough did I actually like double it, like double the size, or can you give any kind of like?
You did double the size of the flow, yeah.
Okay. How close am I to it being a natural river? God, I feel like I'm bogarting this whole
It's okay.
session. I'm sorry.
It's close. You think maybe with over time, like it would get there, but it clearly needs rain to get
Sure.
the rest of the way back to normal.
Okay.
Well, let's take a look at those books, see if there's anything about making rain.
Make it rain.
It's too bad we don't have a druid in the party. That would make
I
it
know.
so much easier.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's do one more leaf through to find any rain related.
I can help with Elvish and Draconic.
Okay. As you
I help
leaf
with-
through, okay, there are a few spells about storms. Not necessarily just rain, but like bringing on like a thunderstorm or, you know, maybe like a more, for lack of a better word, morbid look at rain. But it's close enough to be, you know, nice to bring rain in some form or fashion, even if it's a storm.
Yeah, thunderstorm's better than nothing. Hopefully it's rain and not hail.
It's a
Well,
risk
we don't
you'll have
want
to take.
lightning would be bad.
Lightning would be bad.
If there was rain, though, it wouldn't be as bad.
Yes.
Shall we give that one a shot?
Well, what I would say, before we do that, just to be on the safe side, let's have all of the citizens move into their homes, just in fear of this being hail or something like that. So would everybody mind rounding up the townsfolk and making sure they're in their homes or an area of shelter?
I'll go ring the
safe.
bell. I'll go ring the bell, and he just takes. Rick takes off.
Perfect.
No, I could do that. I'm good at ringing the bell.
No. This, you know what? And I'm gonna grab Wallace and say, you know what? Rick is learning. Rick is helping in the best way he can at the moment. So let's let him help.
About
Okay, but I like ringing bells.
maybe you'll get to ring it when you're done. As you know, maybe a minute goes by and you hear a bell start tolling. And there's not necessarily a commotion, but everyone does seem to be trickling back into their homes. There's not really many people out to begin with because there's not much to do in the town right now. But everybody is eventually inside, and you see Rick from a distance give a thumbs up, like up above his head, but if I do that, you won't see me.
All right.
So
Yeah, I get it. All right, so thumbs up back, and then let's conjure a storm.
okay. As you start doing your spell, you can hear a distant rumble. Like clearly there is a storm brewing. And as you look to the skies, it's not coming from just one direction moving towards you. It is literally coming from every direction and just coming into the center of the town. And as it does, there is a curtain of rain that just closes in on this village.
Well,
Flash flooding.
it's like 75% what we're looking for. That's good.
I
That's good.
mean, with the river and the rain, I think that's pretty good. They hadn't seen rain in what, over a month, he said?
Mm-hmm. Richie said this was
Hopefully.
the dry season, but this also felt abnormally long for the dry season.
Hopefully that does the job.
Did the spell say like how long the storm lasts for?
It does not.
Ever.
Hmm.
You can, if you would
They-
like, stop conjuring to see if it stays.
Let's do that.
They will
Um,
never see the sun again.
After giving him a good let's give him a good 20 or 30 minutes.
Okay, so you're just gonna sit there and like keep at it for 20, 30 minutes?
Nice
I mean-
solid rain.
Yeah, nice solid rain.
Okay.
Just to get things wet. Is it? I know you said in the center of town. Is any of it touching the river?
Yeah, it's all around. Like the entire
Okay,
the
alright,
entire
yeah.
village.
Yeah. So give it 20, 30 minutes to wet the town, get into the river a little bit, and then I will.
Okay.
Then I'll dispel it.
All right. As you are doing this during that 20, 30 minute time, the people ignore the bell toll and start coming out of their house, their homes, out of the shops and everything else. And they are just standing looking up at the sky. And they are clearly just in awe to see this rain again and to feel it, to feel the water. Because you also have to imagine, these people haven't gotten to bathe in month or
I
more.
forgot
Oh.
about
There you
that.
go. There you go.
Think about that, yeah.
And so, they're just letting this water wash over them, literally cleanse all of the
smells like
worry
home.
out of their bodies.
The kids are jumping in puddles.
Yeah, kids are playing in the mud. They're rejoicing. They're so excited. Everybody's putting buckets out so that they can collect the water. You can see the tavern, the local tavern has pushed out a bunch of the barrels into the street so that they can collect the water as well. And everybody is just you can feel the tension over the town dissolve, and just everybody just eases. And you see the lovely figure of Rick running towards you again. And he, hello, you did it. You did it. You're still doing it. You're still doing it.
Yeah, it's pretty much.
Yeah. Glow stick.
Is this a constant conjure? Do you have to keep going?
Well, and I'm gonna look around at the townsfolk and say, I want to give the moment's reprieve, and then we will see what happens after I'm done conjuring. We may need to do a dispel if it does run for too long, because we do not want it to impact the natural weather patterns of the area too much.
Right.
But we need to let the people be happy for a little bit, and then we will see what happens.
Absolutely. It at this point has been the 20 to 30 minutes, and he's
Alright,
just
so then
standing there
I'll,
watching you in awe.
And then I will just.
Okay.
What happens?
As you stop the conjuring, you can tell that the storm eases, and it then becomes a gentle, summer rain. Just a nice, there's a breeze. You can tell that this is the normal weather that they would have. And Rick is still just staring at you in awe and looking up at the sky and just You did it. It's staying. Magnificent.
That like warm fuzzy feeling he had when he was in the library before, like it's coming back because
No.
it's like, well, it's because it's like he's always studied and like his goal was to get to Candlekeep, but it's always been like reading books, like reading books. It's like now this is his first time. These last 2 days are the first time he's actually taken what he's been reading in these books, and not only applying it, but applying it to help people. So like,
Right.
he's pretty much in the same kind of awe that Rick is at this point. So
Okay. Would you be able to tell me how you did it? Could you teach me? Like you said you would. You did say that you would. You said that you would teach me, and I would like to learn.
I will clasp him on the elbow. Still feels really weird to do, but that's okay.
Yep.
And I will say, 8 a.m., 2 days from now, Candlekeep. That will be the first day of our tutoring.
Brilliant. I cannot thank you enough. We, the village of Shetterton, cannot thank you enough. This is truly a day to remember.
And I'm gonna like turn like drenched at this point, I'm sure, and I'm gonna look over and I'm gonna look at the gaggle. And I'm going to say, well, having good friends also helps.
And I can tell that this is a very good group of people. You've surrounded yourself with good doers and good souls.
Yes. Well, let's go check in with all the folks and make sure everyone is getting what they needed at this point.
Yes, absolutely. So you head back into the town. You can see, if you look behind you, that the river is starting to fill up. It's flowing nice and easy now, like a river should. The people are starting to replace buckets as the ones fill up, and it just seems a little bit livelier in the town, but a lot of people are still just standing out in the water, in the rain.
Yeah.
There is...
Fizzle will have been standing underneath Wallace with its hood up, just trying to keep out of the rain. And then suddenly, when Wallace moved, like,
Okay.
What was that? Go ahead, Wallace.
Dad, now
Hmm.
have you taken care of this, permanently? Or is this a temporary thing? Because have we really done anything with any kind of a curse, or was there no curse, or what do we know exactly caused it, and have you fixed it, or have you only put it off?
I would reason to assume at this point that, and I'm waiting for like Rick to like wander off to like check on people or anything like that when I say this, when I have this conversation. I would reason to assume that there was no curse. I believe what this was is somebody maybe going a little bit beyond their means to show off abilities that they were still learning about. I would suffice it to say that this town will be all right for the long term. But the good news is the wonders of the Candlekeep are only a few short hours walk away to assist in any way that is needed. But I would say that this town, and I'm gonna like proud parent watch Rick walk around and talk to people. After a few years of good tutoring, he'll be able to take care of this town just fine on his own.
You don't mess with the moss pit.
What?
Best not to ask. You don't mess with the moss pit. I like it.
You don't mess with the moss pit.
I'm writing that down.
Yeah, I've heard of a moss pit, but not a moss pit.
I think I saw it on a bumper sticker once.
I'm writing that down also.
I'm not writing it down.
Neither am I.
You don't have to. All right. So there is a little bit of a celebration going on at the tavern. Everyone is literally just drinking water and high on life.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they have nothing more to offer you other than friendship and water now. So
I'm
Well,
gonna one
oh, go
thing.
ahead.
I'm sorry. This is my last like bogarting this at this point.
okay.
I want to go hunt down the neighbor.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Um,
Oh.
and I'm gonna say, I'm gonna pull her aside and be like, you know, at the end of the day, he's still learning. So, just take. I would say, as a neighbor of his, just try. I'm going to work with him, but let's try our best to be encouraging. He just found something out today that he thought that he did not know about for the last many years of his life. So I'm going to work with him to help improve his magic skills, but let's try to foster and build a positive environment for him, because that's how I've learned is the best way for people to learn.
As you are saying this to her, she is looking at you like you are the craziest person she has ever met. I have no idea what you are talking about.
Weren't you the one that talked to my compatriot Penny?
I've never seen any of you before in my life. My name is Elmanda. Do you have the right person?
What did she say her name was?
Elmanda? Do you have the right person?
Was that the same name that
Yes.
Rick? Okay. Yep. Hmm. Can I roll a quick insight check to see like if she's lying or something?
Sure.
Okay. 15 plus 0 for 15.
Everything she's saying radiates the truth. She honestly doesn't think that she's ever met you before in her life. Or anyone in your party.
Curse.
Well, enjoy the water and enjoy the festivities. Thank you. I must be thinking of someone else. Sorry, apologies.
No, it's fine. And enjoy yourself.
You as well. You as well.
And she quizzically
around.
walks away.
I do the same.
Okay.
Curious.
When the note taker furrows her brow, you know things are going to get interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I missed the name though. Could you spell it?
Elmanda.
Elmanda.
Yeah.
Elmanda.
Amanda, but L at the beginning instead of A.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got
Right.
it.
Okay.
Elmanda.
Sorry.
Did
All right.
did we hear any of this conversation, or was it just you and Imelda?
I'm
No.
assuming it was just her and me because I went and just hunted her down on my own. So.
You
Okay.
gonna
Sorry. Go ahead, Tamsin.
It's been too long. I already forgot what I was gonna say.
You're like, interesting stuff. I've got to write it down.
No,
Yeah.
it's not even that. I don't think what I was gonna say was anything of import.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right. So you all are just having a good time with everybody in the tavern, getting to know each other. Is there anything that you
Yeah.
would
Remember
like
what I was
to
gonna
do
say.
specifically?
I was just gonna say it's not that far back to Candlekeep, and I don't know that we should put a drain on their resources and try to spend the night or anything. Maybe just have a quick sip of water and then head out.
I like your choice of words.
Uh-huh.
Put a
Rain on
drain
the
What
on
did I
it.
say?
yeah.
Drain.
Oh,
She's
it
going.
was on purpose.
Boo.
Um, I mean, this town clearly has not had, I mean, obviously not had rain or water, and they're having hard times, and I wouldn't want to add to that.
I'm assuming I'm having the conversation with Elmanda, so.
Okay.
Oh, I would have waited till everybody's
Oh,
back together
Okay.
to say that.
okay. And well, okay. So after that interaction, I'm like, you know what? That actually probably is a good idea. And I'm gonna. Note taker already took care of it, but for Zab's sake, he's gonna pull out his journal and just make a quick little note about what happened.
Yeah.
So
At this point, it's about 2 p.m., so by the time you got back, it would be dinner time in Candlekeep.
perfect.
So,
Food.
So back to the rusty buckets.
Okay, you gathered up all your books and
Oh yes, yes. I have to return them because I don't want to. I don't want to keep them for too long without either notifying everybody that they are checked out or having someone accuse me of stealing.
Well, and the ones we got from Matrius, like they knew we were
Right.
taking those.
Right.
yeah.
all right.
Back to the busty
All right,
bucket.
on our way back, are you going to tell us about that strange conversation, or no?
What
That
strange
is up to
conversation?
him.
What strange conversation?
I know I'm metagaming, but
He's
Stop it.
keeping it to
You can't
himself.
metagame.
Stop metagaming.
You don't know that the conversation even happened. Don't even ask. So,
yes, we do. We saw him talking to her.
no, you didn't. You were in the tavern. He went off on his own.
No, I wasn't. I was looking for
That's
donuts.
metagaming, Vicky. You're pushing
Looking
it.
for donuts.
You and your donuts, bro.
I gotta find a Dunkies right now.
I need some Dunkin'. Now I forgot what I was gonna say. As you all go back to Rick's to gather books, he is graciously just, I'll see you soon for our lesson.
Yes, 8 a.m. in 2 days. Give yourself a day of rest and preparation, and then we will hit the books.
Oh, yes.
Metaphorically speaking. Oh no, I just remembered something.
Oh,
What? Nothing. I got hit by books.
yeah.
Tamsin.
No.
I said hit the books,
Yeah,
and then I remembered that I got hit by books.
the books hit
Nothing.
back.
Yes. Harder. Almost killed me.
He kind
Literally.
of he kind of looks at you and just, okay, yes.
Yeah.
Well, I will see you soon, and I assume
Yes.
that you all will be there as well, or at least in town.
Sure, I got nothing else going on.
Oh, brilliant.
Candlekeep might have more work, so.
Speaking of work, I haven't paid you yet. And he goes to his
Oh, yeah.
bedroom and brings out a small trunk, roughly the size of like a shoebox. And he like presents it to you and just remembers like there's more money in here that I was going to give them. So he like turns around to the table and like puts it down and kind of like muddles through
Tamsin goes to take it and then it's like, oh, nope, okay.
muddles through the gold, and he gives you 400 gold pieces.
Ooh.
And there's more where that came
Sweet.
from. 400 gold pieces to split amongst yourselves.
Alrighty, let me do some quick pulling out my calculator.
Yeah.
There's 5 of us. 80
Ooh.
apiece. 80 gold each.
Just Tamsin, you have a hoard now too.
Some of this is yours there, buddy.
I already have my hoard.
I will add the extra of yours that I already have for you. Luckily, I have a lot of pouches.
You are so just Tamsin.
Sure, that
You
is
are
exactly
just.
what I am. All right, so I will add. Where the heck did I write that down? Because I know I have some that's just your stuff, other possessions. Here we go. Fizzle's extra gold is now 90.
Oh my gosh. Tamsin just pays for every time she says, I'm going to pay for this meal, guys. I got it. It's out of Fizzle's money.
Yeah.
No, Tamsin would very clearly be like, okay, well, here's the like for Fizzle, and then here's for her. Like she keeps it very
That's so
separate.
funny. Okay.
Fizzle literally thinks things are just being given to her.
Yeah.
He's got to keep his hoard. I'm just taking care of expenses here.
There you go. There
It's
you
like
go.
party money, but it's not party money. It's just Fizzle's money.
There.
Might as well be party
It's a
money.
dragon.
Heyo.
As you are divvying out the money, Zab, he kind of pulls you aside and says, I have something specific for you as a personal thank you for the lessons, and I'm probably giving it ahead of time, but I mean, do you want payment for the lessons? Actually, let me ask that first.
You know, I will say we'll do the first month free of cost, and then after that we can discuss payment terms.
Oh, that is much too kind. I have to give it to you now. And he goes back into the bedroom, takes the box of money with him, goes back into the bedroom and brings out a smaller, thinner box, and just hands it to you and says, I am a learned man. I've studied books. I've done my due diligence, and I've apparently overdone some things. And I understand that now I may have been too headstrong in my studies, and my readings, but I will not stop. I will stop doing magic for the time being, but I will not stop reading or studying. But I've never been able to figure this one out, but I hope that you can. And when you do, if you could just show me how it works. I will not ask for it back, because you've helped me immensely in this, and if you do, keep up with the lessons, and I will also keep up with the lessons, even if they're only 2 a month. But I hope that this is payment enough for now. And he opens the little box, and it is a wand.
Oh.
I think
Do I recognize?
Zab
Do I
just-
recognize the wand?
just
by any
pooped
chance?
his pants. It is the wand of magic detection.
Let's go!
Nice.
Yeah.
Does it work on itself?
No, but probably.
Yes. All right. So I will take it, and I will first off graciously accept it, and I will say, where did you come across this? This is a fairly uncommon item to find.
Well, do you remember the man that I told you about that came through the town that taught me?
Yes.
Well, he bought it off of a merchant a long time ago, and I may or may not have had some abilities in my youth that I am not very proud of now, but let's just say it was
You
cheap.
tactically acquired it. And Penny
the name
just
of
kind
this
of like
man?
nods at him.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah.
When
Wink.
she knows what he's talking about.
Wink.
Just kidding. And
Yeah.
his name was Marsin. Marsin.
Well, I shall.
Remind me of a man. The man with the
What'd you say it was? The wand of magic detection?
Yeah.
Wand of magic detection.
And Marson was the
Guy that
The
taught him all
gnome?
those years ago. The gnome.
okay.
Yeah.
Did he say he was a gnome?
No,
Yeah.
but he knew gnomish.
Oh, I
He
thought
knew
you said he
gnomish,
was
yeah.
a gnome.
No.
Wait, did I say he was a
Um,
gnome? I don't remember.
No.
That's what I wrote
Alright.
down.
Okay,
but I
then
might have
yes, he
misinterpreted
was a
what you
gnome.
said.
Okay. All right. Well, Larson. Wish I knew what his family name was. Anyway, well-
That's all I know.
that's perfectly fine. Well, hopefully, maybe we can cross paths with this Marson and, show off how you've grown as a student over time and give him a reassuring pat on the elbow.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yes. Oh, well, thank you. This is indeed a very kind gift. Unnecessary, but I humbly accept it, and look forward to seeing you at 8 a.m. sharp in 2 days.
I'd look forward to it, and I look forward
Alright,
to
no.
seeing you all.
Oh, can I actually get the case? That's a really nice case.
Yes, take, and he just puts it into your hands.
Yeah. So I'll put. I just didn't want to like stick it in my pouch where it could break or
Yeah.
something. So I'll put it back in the case and then put it in my pouch, in my satchel.
Okay. All
And
right.
then and then I'll turn to the group and. Shall we?
All right. So as you leave, it is still raining outside. You venture forward. The ground is definitely getting saturated, but to like a good extent. Again, you just hear celebrations and kind of chipper talking. Everybody is very excited to have rain and water again. And they are very appreciative. Everybody that you pass by is just all thank yous and I can't believe you've done it and you're so good. And you make your way back to Candlekeep. And we will leave it at that for tonight.
Woo!
Yay!
We saved the town. We
And
saved the
now
town.
we level up to level 2.
We level up. Hey DM, can we level up?
Yeah,
Hey
you
DM,
can
can we
level
level
up.
up?
Yeah, but
We
only
level up?
once. Yeah. You get
what?
90,000 experience.
Yeah, let's go.
Level
Let's
up.
go.
Ooh, I get to choose a fighting style.
Ooh, the level up phase. All right. Well, thank you everyone for tuning in. We will see you next week. And we hope that you all have a wonderful life. Sadly, we have to go back to the real world.
Boo.
I know. It's very sad. Very sad. All right.
The world's very
Yeah,
tiring
doodly-doo,
lately.
doodly-doo. All right. Farewell. Goodbye.
Right.
Yay.